Last time we heard from Ivan Newman of Living Inside the Brand, he was talking about banishing the glums. This time, well, I'll let him tell you.
We're talking about underselling and over-delivery. And we're also talking about the opposite of where there is selling and under-delivery.
Which is the one a lot of us are more familiar with.
Well, sadly, it's the one that gets us very frustrated. And yeah, it seems to be pretty common.
Now, anyone who downloads this regularly knows you've always got a story to illustrate every point. But I've actually got one, a real prime example this time. Do you mind if we throw that in?
No, let's go with it, Sherry.
Thanks. OK, well, I recently signed up for a website. It was a paid-for service to market an aspect of what I do. And it all started really well. A representative called me and we talked through what they could do for me and what they thought that I could get out of it and all the rest of it. And it sounded great. I was going to get loads of support, 24-hour-a-day email, phone contact during office hours, and, which was most important to me at the time, they promised me that 2 weeks after I signed up, someone would give me a call and they would talk me through the online profile and make sure that whatever I'd put up there was about as good as it could be. Well, I'm going to tell you, we're a month or so on. I've had no phone call, but I have had some problems with that online profile. So I thought, well, I'll send them an email. My thinking was, OK, I could have picked up the phone. But my thinking was, if I send them an email, I can book some time on the phone with someone so I know whoever I'm talking to has got plenty of time to go through all the issues with me. And, of course, I can email any time of the day or night. There's no problem there. The problem is that the response has been incredibly slow, just unbelievably, sort of 3 or 4 days to get an answer. Anyway, I've just put all my complaints into another email, so we shall see.
I feel for you, Sherry. I had a similar situation. Haven't got the time to go in for it now, but the company that I changed to, and that of course may be your choice eventually, you actually vote with your checkbook, as it were. The company I'm now with for a software solution for part of my business, they are delivering on their promises. So I await with interest on what happens with that one.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Now, I'm hoping you've got a story with a happier ending.
Yes, I have, Sherry. I have a video camera, and the cable for the video camera happened to be in a bag that was stolen. And I couldn't then connect the video camera to my laptop to download the videos. So, at a full stop. Couldn't get this cable anywhere. Went into all of the shops, went online. Eventually I found an online retailer. Phoned them up just to make sure it was the cable, because it wasn't obvious from the picture that it was the right cable. Turned out to be the right cable. Okay, how much? $17.99. Okay, it's a lot for a 30 centimeters of cable. And delivery? 5 days. But it was the only place I could go to, so I paid my money and sat back and waited. Imagine my surprise, Sherry, when just before 9 o'clock the next morning, guess what happened? Knock at the door. There was the cable. I was delighted. 5 days had turned into next day, and I hadn't been charged for a special delivery. It just came. I was undersold and over-delivered. If anybody now asks me about a cable, I know where I'm going to send them.
The trouble is, I suppose, too many of us in that situation, in the situation of that seller, would have been tempted to underestimate the delivery time because we thought that's what you wanted to hear, but then we'd have risked leaving you let down. But being told something's going to take 5 days and you get it the next day, well, that's fantastic. That makes your day, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And you're absolutely right. Very often at the point of sale, we are, in a sense, a little bit weak, and we promise because we think we have to. But actually, it's the other way around. Much better to under-promise and then over-deliver on that. Because
it's the delivery your customer's going to remember, isn't it?
Exactly right.
OK, that brings us to your do-today tip.
All right, do-today tip is this. I would say examine the last 5 sales that you've made and see what you promised. And then ask yourself, if I'd promised a bit less but delivered exactly the same, would my customers have thought better of me because I had over-delivered? Think of that cable example that I gave. So do that examination and then carry that forward into your next 5 sales, and then check with your customer how they see your now over delivery. That's my tip.
Thanks, Ivan. Thought-provoking as ever. Next time, we're looking at brand brilliance and the other side of that coin, brand suicide.